Zach, we talk about, coming out of places and that kind of thing, and you are really one of the most transparent Christian artists about your problems with drugs and alcohol and kind of,
Yeah.
you grew up in a church, in a Christian environment, but man, you just kind of turned and went a different direction. And I just want to give you a chance to talk to somebody about that and kind of pass on some of that encouragement and life experiences a little bit, because I got to give you a lot of credit for that, just being, honest and transparent.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that growing up, I think people just have to go out and test the waters and see what's out there. And for me, even though I'd grown up in church and even though I had an amazing family that, really at an early age instilled that, faith and trust in Jesus in me, that, for me, I didn't ever really have a connection other than just the head knowledge of who Jesus was. I knew, the things I was going out and doing were wrong, but at the same time, I wanted to go out and do my own thing. I didn't want to listen to anybody else. I think I had to live through a lot of these experiences and some of these dark places to kind of come out with this story. And I feel like God allowed me to do that. And, certainly not proud of my past and the things that I've done and the places that I've been. But at the same time, He's given me this amazing opportunity now to kind of share with the world, what He can do and how He can take somebody who's broken and, still use them in their story to bring Him glory. And I'm not condoning that lifestyle at all. I'm just saying for me, it was just kind of that path that I was on. And it's for me, I feel like God has a plan for each and every one of us. And, that plan for me didn't start to unravel or unfold, or He didn't start to show it to me until, I put, all of it in, and stopped straddling the fence. And so for me, that's kind of it. And I think it took me a long time to understand that, Christians aren't perfect. I think growing up, I had this mindset of, Christians were fuddy-duddies and couldn't have any fun and had to be perfect and couldn't do any wrong. And I think whenever I figured out that, He knew who Zach Williams was when He made me. He knew that I couldn't be perfect. That's why He sent His Son to die on a cross for me. There's a lot of freedom in knowing that I can still fail and I can still, stumble, that He's going to be there to pick me up and He's going to love me no matter what, because there's nothing that, I could ever do to win or lose, His love. And I think that's when it connected and really clicked with me, was whenever I figured that out, that there's just freedom in that.
How do you walk that out every day? Like, how do you kind of like keep temptation at bay and kind of, just, speak to that a little bit.
I mean, yeah, that's hard. I mean, I think anybody who's a Christian struggles with that. I have my good days and bad days. I've got a song on my new record called Less Like Me, and the whole idea behind the song is just talking about, there's days that I get it right and there's days that I get it wrong. There's days that I see things that I could have done that I ignore, and there's days that I talk my talk but I don't walk it, and that's just being honest. But the whole focus with being a Christian and with being less like me is to be more like Jesus. And I think, if I can focus on that and not focus on the bad, and still have that relationship where I'm walking and talking with Him, and not letting the world kind of, consume me. That's really what I'm striving for. I think I'd be lying if I told you I was, had it all together and, it was perfect every day. I think most of us would admit to that, if we were being honest.